Hi, my name is Alyssa Chambers. This is Astrology and Makeup. Today I'm going to talk to you about if you have Libra in your chart. If you don't know how to look up your chart, you can probably Google it, or I have a video on how to look up your chart. It's the first episode of this series. Alright, so Libra, or the scales, is an air sign. It looks like it's got a line, and then there's like a line and a hump and a line over top. There's like a gap in between the two though. I think that knowing that Libra is the scales is very helpful in realizing that that's the way that Libras behave. As if everything is always like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I do get annoyed though that like every single meme about Libra, no one can come up with anything else besides that they can't make a decision. Libras have terrible qualities. I'm totally kidding. But it is true. Libras can't make a decision like to save their life. It's so bad. I think people get it really twisted though. They think that Libra doesn't make a decision to be two-faced, which, I mean, can absolutely be the case sometimes. But most of the time, I think it's because Libras don't know how to handle situations. They don't want to make anyone mad. They're too busy being like, I don't know, I don't want to upset anyone, than to actually like say how they feel about things. Sometimes it is a little bit two-faced though, a little bit, because they're weighing their options. What can I get out of this? I mean, let's be real, everyone does that to some extent, but it depends on your chart. They have a hard time making up their minds, they really do. That is why their chart specifically, even more so than some other signs, is really, really important, because they take on other people's attributes very easily and other people's opinions very easily. So if you look at their chart and they're a lot of fire, they're going to be a lot more fire. If you look at their chart and they're a lot more earth, they're going to be a lot more earth. And especially with the fire, because they're air. And how do fire and air interact? Fire either gets put out by the air, or the air makes the fire get stronger. So it really will change how a person acts. So say somebody has like a Leo moon, or like an Aries Mars, something like that, and they're a Libra, they're going to be quicker on the blow up or the passion or getting upset about things than other people would. The same goes for friends. So if you're a Libra and you have friends that are very fire, then you guys are gonna probably either like fight really crazy or blow each other up. Like, that could be a really great friendship or relationship in general, or really bad, because you could end up, you know, when you're mad, you're really mad and making each other worse, or you can end up making each other better, like gassing each other up. Literally, quite literally, honestly, if you think about it. I find that Libra actually has a very similar complex as Leo does. And that might sound really mean, but it honestly, it's so true. Like, they have this need to be liked. I feel like more than a lot of, I don't know, I guess a lot of signs are like that, but theirs is more of like in the looks department, like not only how their appearance is, but like, look at me, look at me. Because earth signs are like, look at me, but they're like, look at how well I did this, or look at this thing that I accomplished. And that's not to say that Leo and Libra aren't the same way, but they're also more of just like, look at me. Sorry that I always leave for my liner and my eyebrows, but like, we don't got all day. We don't got all day, baby. But anyways, that is why Libras are so flirty. They're known for being flirty, is because they are so busy trying to impress people, because they want people to be like, oh, you're pretty. Now, don't get it twisted. Libras can be very smart, because you got to remember that an air sign is also your inner thoughts, not just speech and how you talk. So, or even still, even if you think about that, they are winning you over with what they're saying or trying to. I honestly feel like Libras, Geminis, Aquarius, maybe not so much Aquarius, but they're quick to play dumb if it's going to benefit them. Not necessarily in like a bad way, but like in an argument even. Like if they're arguing with someone and it'll be better just to like be like, oh yeah, It's more like docile versions. So if it's an earth sign and they know they're smarter, they're just like, yeah, you're right. Where if it's a fire, like their chart's really fire, they'll be like, no, actually you're wrong. Because they're smart. They are. Plus, I feel like you gotta watch out. I feel like air signs in general, especially Libra, is out here like keeping track of your conversations. They're like, oh yeah, that's not what you said on June 24th, 2014. And you're like, what? I did not mean for this to be so spooky. So now I'm definitely going to do a soft look for tomorrow because that will be funny for this to be. This is very Scorpio. So Libra is represented by your 7th house. I don't want to get too into the houses because I do plan on making other videos about that. But a lot of times they consider that because of wanting attention and wanting to be like a part of things and communicate with people and get along with people, that Libra, or the 7th house, is about partnership. So therefore things in your 7th house are going to be things where you need to work on partnership, but also things that you feel like you need to find like balance in, like the scales. So if you have Libra in your Venus, then that's something that you struggle with. You want partnership and you want people to like you at the same time, and you love that. So that's really difficult. Libra, Mercury would be communication, but it's a lot of still like teeter-tottering on the fence, which kind of sucks. I find it really interesting that for Pluto, people my age, I'm 28 currently right now, I was born in the early 90s, my sign for Pluto is in Scorpio, so my parents' signs were in Libra, and they are very like, we gotta go with tradition because they don't want to make anyone mad. So I feel really bad for people who are older than me. I want to say that would be like generation Boomer? Is that Boomer? X? I can't remember. The one before millennial. The one before millennial. So I think X. But I think that people who are Generation X have a hard time because they have to go with the old traditions of people who had Pluto and Virgo, who love the ritual, and the people who are in Scorpio or Generation Z who are Pluto and Sag, who don't care. Like, not that they don't care, but they, unless they have an emotional tie to something, they don't care for that, and they would rather emotionally make somebody feel better holiday-wise, if that makes sense. I think Pluto needs to be like a really in-depth video, honestly, like a whole generation thing. It's kind of cool and interesting. Libra is actually like the most dissed sign that I see typically on like astrology pages, which I don't expect. Like Gemini, sometimes they're very like pot stirs. I'm sorry, Gemini, I'm sorry. But Libra, I don't understand why there's so much hate, because I feel like they're just usually trying to keep the peace. I guess, to be fair, can you tell that I'm a Libra? To be fair, we do ride the fence. I ride the fence pretty hard, man. If I don't feel like arguing with everyone, I'm riding that fence. I'm gonna be like, sure, yeah, yep, sounds good. Sometimes I'll even tell someone I'm gonna do something and I'm like, yeah, let's totally do that. And then if I know that they're probably not gonna do it, I'm just like, I'm gonna just go do whatever I want because this is like a trick. I don't have time for these games. I don't have time for this argument that's gonna happen when I say no. So I'm just gonna say yes and I'm just not gonna do it. That's evil. Yeah, so this is not my look for Libra. It's not. This is my look for probably Scorpio. It just happened today. I was feeling spooky. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe or like this video if you liked it. Thank you very much. Thank you for the nice comments so far. I definitely thought people were gonna be arguing about things a lot more. It's not happening. It's very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.